Can you hear me? Okay. So Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. You might have heard of him. Curly wig, red coat, this guy right here. No, wait, wrong picture. This guy right here. He wrote the Turkish March to make fun of the Turkish, or back then the Ottoman army. Mozart was a devout Austrian, so he decided that he would dedicate a whole movement of a sonata to the army that failed to take over Vienna in 1683. So basically, the whole march is a 3-minute long joke. But you might have noticed that wasn't Mozart's Turkish March exactly. That was a satirical twist on the march by Arkady Volodos, an incredible composer and pianist. So, the piece that I just played for you was basically Volodos making fun of Mozart, making fun of the Turkish army. So this is one of the reasons why I love classical music and music in general. There's always a story behind even the silliest of pieces. And somehow, composers like Mozart found a way to send a message, to send a story 300 years into the future to reach us. And in the case of the Turkish March, that message was to make fun of the Turkish army of the late 1600s. My name is Umi Garrett, and today I want to talk to you about a form of communication that isn't speech. I'm a classical pianist, and I relay messages through music. I started playing piano when I was 4 and started performing in concerts when I was about 9. Now I'm 16 and a junior in high school. This is actually my second TEDx talk. Last time I also talked about the power of music and how music can help people. Last year I was invited to Hiroshima, Japan as a peace ambassador. And there in Hiroshima, I performed in a concert with students from the area and with members of the Hiroshima Symphony Orchestra. And it was an event commemorating the 70th anniversary of peace between Japan and America. And this event was memorable for me, not just because I'm both Japanese and American, but also because I saw how music could bring so many people together in one place for a celebration of peace. Last summer, I was invited to Berlin to perform in a charity concert for the organization, the International Physicians for the Prevention of Nuclear War. This group does many things, such as raising awareness about the dangers of nuclear war and petitioning to stop holding and using nuclear weapons. And in just one fundraising concert, we raised over $2,000, and I'm so proud to have been a part of it. And this was very touching for me because I saw how music could help even a little bit to make the world a better place. You may remember that in 2011, a giant earthquake and tsunami struck Japan. I wanted to do something to help, so in 2013, with the help of many wonderful people, I had a chance to go to Tohoku in the northern part of Japan where the tsunami hit. There I visited 4 elementary schools and performed for the children and the adults who lived there. Last year, I had a chance to visit 2 of these schools again, and I was so happy to see that some of these kids still remembered me from 2 years prior. And I really saw how music could really help people, but also at the same time, I was so touched to see how all of these kids, after such a traumatic event, could still smile and give me hope for the future. Now I would like to play a piece for you that I love very much. It's called Liebesleid, which means love's sorrow, and it was originally composed for the violin by Fritz Kreisler. I'm going to be playing the Rachmaninoff piano transcription of this piece for you today. So here is Liebesleid. Another thing that I love about music is that everyone can interpret a piece of music in their own way. The same piece could mean totally different things to different people. And for example, the piece that I just played, Liebesleid, was felt and heard by a friend of mine to be a happy piece. However, I think it's a very sad piece, and I find that everybody here who hears it a little bit differently. I think that's definitely one of the mysteries, but also one of the beauties of music. There's a lot of things that I have to think about before going on stage to perform. There's a lot of things to be aware of besides the notes that I play, such as the sound of the piano or the mood of the piece. But most importantly, I have to remember what kind of story and message that I want to tell the audience through that particular piece. And it's also very important to remember what kind of story message the composer would have wanted to portray through that piece. And I'd love to tell you, but it's really hard to explain in words exactly what I want to convey with my music. But I think that's okay. Because one of the reasons why I play music and one of the reasons why music exists in the first place is because there are some things that just can't be said with words. And I know it's ironic for me to be saying this during a TEDx talk, but I'm not the best with words or with speaking. And I can do much better at the piano than I can do with my own voice. So with that, I'd like to play one last piece for you. The Etude Opus 10, number 12 by Frédéric Chopin. Chopin wrote this piece for his loved ones and for his country, Poland, when he couldn't be there for them during a time of war between Poland and Russia. It's a piece filled with anger and devastation, but it's also very exciting and very intense. So here is Chopin's Revolutionary Etude. So I know that most of you are high school students like me, and some of you may be deciding what you want to do in your future. So my one advice to you is to do what you love to do. I was fortunate enough to discover my passion at a young age and to have supportive family and friends who helped me to do what I love to do. And through playing classical piano, not only do I get to tell the stories of people who lived hundreds of years ago, I get to tell my own story too. And with classical music, I can even help people. Everyone has unlimited potential and life is short. So get out there, do what you love to do, and go tell your own story. Thank you.